Good morning again from Himalaya.
Yeah,
Hoping
good
all
morning,
of
good
you
morning.
keep in good health. The topic today we talked about also relating to the cause of the conflict of the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Today,
And we also try to see in the past there are similar things happen, but there's a country, their leader, they know how to escape the conflict and the war. So what is that country? That country we call Finland in Europe, the small country, population less than 6 million population. And they also have a very complete history. Finland is very close to Russia. And these were invaded by many countries, particularly Russia. 1939, after conflict dispute become political leader of the two countries, and at last Stalin bring the Red Army to attack Finland. And Finland also collaborate with other countries, resisted against Russia. But after political leaders of Finland, they also have the right vision. I think it's a right reason because Finland is a small country. It's difficult to challenge with the big country. So they negotiated. They negotiated in different way. At last, Russians withdraw the army. With certain condition, Finland should not allow any foreign army in their land. Because at that time, the Finland also collaborate with the German army to against Russia. So they accept. And even thus, they accept what we call to pay the compensation. It's a very funny and interesting. The Russia occupies, attacks Finland, but now Finland may have to pay money to the Russia, but they accept. And even certain condition, the old leaders, they have to resign. And then you see, after even Second World War, the Finland escaped from the conflict and they have the people, Finland people live in peace. This is very, very wonderful. And they offer a little land, I think about 6 or 7% land of Finland. And the land lost, but population not die. One question the people talks also remind me about why I always struggle for peace. I told you a few times, I was born in a country, very big problem because the war and hatred. I was born in Vietnam during the French occupied Vietnam. Terrible war. And then after that, Vietnam-American war. I never forget when I was young, I went to school and market in the nighttime. Why? The reason why? Because daytime bombing. I and my family live underground. And this I never forget in my life. Therefore, I can say I don't like war. I hate the war and the conflict. Then when I grow up, I also spend a lot of time to study the reason why there's conflict and hatred. Very interesting. Firstly, the desire, the hatred, the attitude, and money, interest, they create the problem. You see, this is a very complex society more and more. If we follow the Buddha way, I think that we can live in happy life. We can escape the conflict, the war. And you see recently, the war not last long, but million people run away the country and many thousand people die, life lost, and a very beautiful city destroyed by bombing of the two sides. Today, we don't talk about we belong to Russian side or Ukraine side. We want to discuss good lesson, and every small country, or every country we should learn. You see, like Finland, this is a small country. After a short war with Russia, they understand how is their position. If the war continue, that their population only 6 million maybe disappear. And they negotiated, and Russian withdraw the army, and even they pay compensation to the Russia, and even to give the land. And after Second World War, and then you know well the Marshall Plan, and Finland, they refused to accept the help from the Marshall Plan. Even that they developed country. Now the Finland, we can say one of the developed, very much advanced country in technology and economic, and the people live in peace. So I just point on many things to discuss. I just give some point, and so that the political leaders should take a good lesson from Finland. We are small, the country from the big country, we should be very careful. We should have attitude. We should not be proud. I think that if you have time, you should learn the story of a Buddha. When Buddha, he got enlightenment, so many people, few people had him, great problem. Like he asked the Chincha to intend like the pregnant sleep with the Buddha. But when she inserted the Buddha, Buddha did not reply. He keeps silent. If he reacted, then maybe the Chincha have problem, then the Buddha also have big problem. So the best thing in our life, if we want to have peace, we should have the right vision and live positive life. Therefore, I said, if they have the wrong political leader is very important. If the wrong doctor, the wrong medical doctor, they may kill one person. If wrong political leader, then kill all nation. If wrong philosopher, thinker, they can kill many generations. So I find we should learn many things from Finland, and the leader, the Finland leader of that time. I do not know the present whether today or tomorrow they may change the idea and the worst may happen in Finland. But in the past, before Second World War, Finland to play the role how to keep the country away from the conflict, and they get peace and they can develop the country. And so now many people also very much appreciated that policy. So today I would like to invite the speaker to talk about your view about this country and the good lesson we learned from this country and how to keep away, how to avoid the conflict in the world. I would like to invite Professor John to speak first.
Thank you, Master. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm in Vietnam, in Phu My at the moment, in a coffee shop. Again,
Coffee shop.
coffee shop. No electricity at home, not yet. So I hope it's not too noisy. Yes, when Master first brought up Finland and Russia, it was very interesting. Their history is very interesting. The way Finland is. I have met two Finnish people in Vietnam, and they are highly educated. They have a wonderful education. They have free education in Finland. They have free medical. They pay tax, but they're very highly paid. It is the country is as far as I know is very affluent. It's very what's a good word? It's very well adapted to the 21st century. The crime rate is very, very low. Their health is very high. They take care of everybody in their community, and unemployment is very, very, very low. It's an ideal country. Most people there know at least 2 languages, maybe more. But I didn't know the history. And the history of Finland is not taught in the West. It's not shown. Everybody that I spoke to in Australia and other Westerners, they don't know about the history of Finland. Until Master brought this up, I didn't know the history of Finland. And that gets me thinking about it is such a good model of peace and prosperity and the happiness of the Finnish people that they don't promote that. They don't teach that in school, which is really what Master was saying. It's the Buddha way. There's a conflict. Okay, let's no conflict. Let's have a cup of tea and some biscuits. If that doesn't work, then we'll bring out the chocolate. And the chocolate might have been the 6% or 7% of land. It's very interesting history. I will do some more study on that. But I know now that Finland's economy is very strong. Their hospital and medical services are very, very good. Their child care, they look after their children. It's very good. I wonder how I think of my country, which is Australia, which is a very, very big country, but a very small population, less than 30 million. But Australia seems to walk around like we think we're really big. We're a big country. Oh, our friends, you know. But we have neighbours. We have, Indonesia as our neighbours. They're very close, maybe 150 million. the small. You know, it's interesting how we think if we get in a fight, we have to be bigger and make the fight bigger with everybody else. And Finland showed us that you don't have to. You know, you can have peace and prosperity. At the time, it would have been a very difficult decision, I think, for the politicians. But they would be proud of their country now, how well it turned out. Again, we don't know what will happen in the future. But yes, it's very, very interesting. I'm going to do more study on that one, Master. But, and it's also very, one of the lowest carbon emissions. It's very unpolluted and clean, very clean. And they do a lot of recycling and utilizing in Finland. Very good. Very forward-thinking country. I would hope that yes, Vietnam and Australia would adopt the relative position to whoever is talking with them. Yes, it's instead of trying to make themselves big and strong. Yeah. So yes. Thank you. I would like to know more about Finland. It would have been a very difficult decision for those politicians, I'm sure, but they did a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor John. Why we talk about this country? This is a small country, and they know their leader. They know how to play the role. That's why I say leader is very important. They should be professional. Someone they do politics, they must learn many things. Now, I'm trying to tell you, therefore, I'm not interested. I don't want to join in politics because it's not my job, it's not my line. If I know how to plant the tree and the tree collection, the medicine plant, then I'm interested. But politics is very committed. The people should in a line, they should have the big loving kindness so they can bring the peace to the country. And the present, I do not criticize, no? This is my view. The present president of Ukraine, he's not a professional politician. He was a clown. And he make a very good topic, clown. He make people laughing. And when the election come, then he elected. The country is a very important. Is the clown. The clown is the clown. The singer, they can sing good song, but they cannot direct the country. Even they cannot, maybe they cannot direct their family. So I think this we should discuss, and I do not criticize. Like Putin on, there's a professional. They do the politics when they was not born. And when the politician by accident is very harmful. Yeah. So you see, for example, in my opinion, when the Russia, they put the condition 8 points, they refuse completely 8 points. Why we don't want, we should sit together and negotiate it and give 2 or 3 points, and then the war happened. When the war happened and million people suffering, I do not know. Now, if the war continue 1 or 2 years, terrible. Million people suffering and rebuild the country. And even that the president, before the war happened, I watching many countries, NATO and many countries in the world support. Oh, you fight, don't be afraid. And when they, then the Ukraine leader, they think when they fight against the Russia, and many countries will jump in. But now you see, nobody jump in. they just supply the weapon, but weapon sometimes the weapon is very old, for 50 years. Yeah, I do not want. It's a very complicated. And the president and the Ukraine leader said, COVID health, but now only sometimes food, on sometimes medicine, and no war. Ukraine sufficient food, and now they need everything. So I repeat again, if the wrong medical doctor, they kill one person. If wrong political leader, they kill one nation. If wrong philosopher or thinker, they kill many generations. So, like Vietnam War, before American, they're on behalf of democracy. But at last, million people die. And at last, you see, the many mastermind of war Vietnam, they say sorry. But Vietnamese people very open-minded tolerance. Before they consider American is the most dangerous. But after the war, and now the Vietnamese people, they dancing with American, very friendly. So the peace come. Even China. So the lesson of Finland should be propagated, smallest, and stay near the biggest and can keep the peace. But unfortunately, Ukraine is very close to Finland, but they did not learn the good lesson from this is not the honest. The most important thing, how to save the life of our people. Yeah. So you see, this also a good lesson for us. If you have the neighbor, someone and encourage you to fight with the neighbor, never. We should developing loving kindness and understanding. Then that we can avoid the conflict. This is very important. The life is very important. When the life lost, everything lost. Thank you very much, John. So now I would like to invite one of the professional diplomat, Hiền Lương. So please, you are the professional in diplomat and also political leaders. You can share your idea if you like. I think now, maybe she not connect. And then now, I do not know, maybe she's not on the line now. I would like to enjoy to invite Minh Phúc Tý to share your idea about this country. Go, Minh Phúc Tý, go.
Yeah. Amitabha, Guru. Good morning, everybody. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And thank you, Guru, for this opportunity. Today's topic also very different than other day. We are talking about particularly one country, that's strategy and how they succeed to bring peace and happiness. Finland is a good country and good lesson for peace and happiness. At the beginning, actually, I'm not a professional diplomat, not politician. We are talking about country. I would like to excuse for my little knowledge. But when we are talking country, it's my personal individual thoughts. We think about many things. Like many of us who get burned, we grew up in a country like a less developed country, like Nepal or Vietnam, East Asian countries. Many of us, we move to other country. We love to migrate, go to Australia, Canada, USA, somewhere else have a better social security, clean environments, a lot of opportunity to work, and a responsible government, healthcare, education, many things. Particularly my generations has been migrated very much to other country, because in all over the world. Yesterday we was talking with Guru. In Nepal we have a very much political party, more than 126. Similar, in this world we have more than 200 nations. Like before we talk about Nauru, who became very quickly from rich to poor. Now we are talking another country about Finland, and there are several other countries. Because when we talk about the country and our destiny, I always want to connect with some spirituality. The family we get birth, we grow up, or the nation we get birth, it's not our choice. Where we want to get, no one asks us where you want to birth, but it's our, maybe it's our married destiny from previous life karma. So some of are in very nice environments with nice family, nice country. Some are in suffering situation. So that's also somehow related with karma. I believe in that. And another thing is that the country, particularly talking about the Finland, Finland declared independence from Russia in 1917, but following its defeat at the hand of the Soviet Union in the Second World War, it had to tolerate unseen or seen influence from Moscow. It was the political foreign policy was guided through Moscow until the end of Cold War. And immediately they get independence in 1917. From 1918, there was one small civil war that also somehow related with thoughts like some made their support to Russia side, some who prefer to independence. So they lose about, again, 10% of their territory immediately next year. That means from 1917 to 1918. But to be a success, one country need a very good leader. As Guru says, one philosopher can destroy the generations. Same one good political leader can create a good nations. Like if they work for 1 or 2 terms, we can see huge change in their country. Especially now we can see young generations. And the latest, now in Finland also, there are very lot of young politicians. Like education ministry is only 34 years. That's very, very good, because that's new thought. And it's when we're talking about diplomacy, that's very important and need a great practice and knowledge about that. Because every single country or family or organizations should have a strategic tactics or political strategy or diplomatic strategy, how to go forwards, how to make a country sovereign and peace, how to make it growth, compete with others. So that comes from one good political leader. In that case, I found even immediately they became independence from Russia. That was a Cold War time, and immediately they face civil war inside the country. But how they handle that was very impressive. And in 1948, Finland signed a friendship treaty with the Soviet Union through the Cold War. A policy of a friendly, like a neutrality treaty toward Moscow. But immediately they became very smart. Like in 1992, friendship treaty that they made in 1948. They void and they collapsed that one, like a friendship treaty with Soviet Union of 1948 declared null and void, because that was a particular different situation in 1948. But now, after about 40-50 years, 1992, situation been changed. Soviet Union collapsed and they void that treaty, and they became independence, more freedom, because somehow until that time, indirectly, they was guided by Moscow. And immediately after 3 years, 1995, they joined to European Union. So it's a long journey for them, but they was in very good directions, and under that time was a good leader, how to move from one step to another and country make better situations. In terms of education, healthcare, carbon emission, technology, that is a one role model country. Particularly when I talk about the Finland, I also have some nostalgic emotions about 14 years before I complete my school education and I read and heard about Finland. I really want to migrate to Finland. I tried and I lost my 2 years for that. And now I got failure, but I got success in another way. That's also destiny. So when I talk about Finland, I always remember those days. That days, about 14 years before, I didn't know the country named Vietnam. Because in Vietnam and Nepal, we don't have much business and diplomatic relations. If someone want to ask me about the name of countries, I may not remember Vietnam, but it's connected with my destiny. After immediately a few years, I went to marry there, and that's also like my house these days. So when we talk about the country, it's a short time and the limited, I also have a limited knowledge. Particularly very important is political leader when we talk about the country. And behind the political leader, the think tank and professors who contributes a thought to them to guide, that's very important. And definitely new generation can do better. So we can learn a lot of things from Finland. As a new generation, we can implement as a country or in particular individual life or in business also, how they got success. Yeah, that's all my thoughts for this topic. Yeah, thank you so much for everybody participating in this forum. Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Manfuti. Yeah, you see, like Nepal, I'm living in the country in Nepal. The Nepal is a small country. North China, South India. But they can lead the country in the proper good way. This is also a good lesson.
Yeah.
I want to take this opportunity to share you my experience when I come to Nepal 30 years before. Nepal in peace. And suddenly the war broke out. I worry very much. Many of my friends run away. Majority foreigner, Luminate that time run away. But I say, no, I must stay. Because when I come to Nepal in peace, I get help from many Nepali people. But now they have the problem. Why I should run away? When I remain, I also try my best how to help Nepal get peace. Working, thinking, meditation. I went to the Holy Land, I pray. Then at last, I was very happy. I spent my money, but I'm happy. I could bring all political leader, including the most difficult leader at that time, Prachanda. He's a Maoist. He's a man opposition. On come to Lumini, where Buddha was born, we have the seminar and discussing. Then I was very happy. I was elected like the chairman of that meeting. Then you see, wonderful. After the meeting in the Holy Land, where Buddha was born, when they come back to Lumbini, to Kathmandu, capital of Nepal, they declare peace positively. So I believe Lumbini is a holy place. So if you know anybody leaders from the Ukraine and Russia, try to invite them come to Lumbini. Then I can cook food for them. Food and this is a holy place. Therefore, Buddha was born in Lumbini. And after successful, then they should go to Bodh Gaya, where Buddha get enlightenment. And Pranyadev will welcome them. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think now the best thing, the leader should be understand the life is a very important, precious. If
Yeah,
they
Guru,
can bring peace to the people, and
at the same
people
time,
in the world remember them.
At the same time, I would like to add a little thing when we talk about leaders. Every nation has the leaders or government it deserves. Because we think we are greedy, we are normal people, we don't pay tax on time, we are like this, but we expect our leaders should be come from heaven or come from sky. That doesn't match, because the leader also one person among from our society. So what is our character? He also has the same character. So every nation has the leader or government it deserves. Yeah,
right. Minfukti, therefore, I think now you, Minda Kanon, you have the good resort in Malaya. You should prepare good room, good food, and good music. Sometimes you invite them come and share food with you. They might chant. The peace come. Very important. Yeah. We should make understanding between the country and the country people and different in a peace way, not violent way. You see now, one thing I'm telling you, I feel very sad. Now, the gun business is developing more and more. And the people also want to make the conflict. Because if there's conflict, then they can shoot the gun instead on the gun. Now you see every year, many countries, they spend $100 billion for weapons. Why they don't utilize that money for food and education? Yeah, something I feel very sad. That is a business, but we cannot talk openly. Money and gold, they influence. So I believe Lumbini is a holy place and Bodh Gaya. And I wish all political leaders should come to Lumbini and Bodh Gaya even few hours, and they take the positive energy, come back, and they bring the happiness to their people. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Reverend Pranyadip, General Secretary International Buddhist Council, give your suggestion about this topic.
So thank you. Thank you, Master, for choosing the subject. This subject is very, very important. And I know that you, by your own eye, you saw the bombing and the fighting and the killing in your own country, and by in your childhood also you saw by your own eyes. So this is the pain, this is the suffering in your heart. So by heart you want the people should be the very happy and the peace, and should be in the very in the good life, no, not the suffering life. So this is your by heart you want. So this today you choosing this subject. This subject also related to your inner mind. Inner mind, what you want, the people should be the very stay with free and the life concentrated. The country should be there. So I think already you gave so many examples about the Finland. And from my side also have the same, after the when the Finland become the free, then they made the aim, human beings care nation, human beings concentrated society, value to the human beings. So life is important. Without life saving, we can't do anything. So that becomes the main the key, not to develop their own country. And already you say the political leader, doctor, and the philosopher. So it depends on them, but our duty also have to be discussed and give the suggestion to them. So now in these days, the Finland also I learned about that. They are caring the life very much. And even when the mothers gives the birth to the child, they gave for the 3 months, and they are the essential thing. 3 months they can eat, and they can save their children. And after also I heard that the 10 months after the delivery, 10 months they are giving the leave, and to care the children and the son and daughter. So this is the very, very important lesson, that they are caring the life. If the life will be saved, then the person can be understand, oh, this is my life and this is my country, and we have to be develop our own country, and we have to be develop the friendship and the compassion in the human beings. So from my side also, have the same as you told. Population is a very few in the Finland, but the aim is to save the life, to save the country, and to save the population. The aim is very, very important. Due to that, now in this day, the Finland ranked the safest country in the world, and a very low and a very lowest crime. No, not much killing, not the stealing, and not the sexual misconduct, nor the hard speech, nor the two-tongue, and not the lying, and not the hard speech, and not the intoxication, and the gambler. So this is a very, 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 very few have the. Any country, if have the 5 things not, then the country will be developed. So depend on the philosopher, depend on the leader, and depend on, already you said, this phrase you told today, this is a very, very important phrase. Doctor, philosopher, and the politician. These are the 3 things we will remember. So today in this topic, you choose about the Finland. So this example we also in the life should be the follow. Wherever the people are in the distress, in the suffering, and in the pain. So this the example we can apply in our own life, Because if the life will be safe, then everything will be safe. So now in this day and before also, many countries are like this, but the Finland is the safest country, happiest country, no suffering country, and not the crying country. So other countries also are the developing, but the Finland now in this is the safest country, and very low crime. So life is important. Without saving the life, we can't do anything. So, but the people also have they should be follow me. If will not follow, then I will kill him. They have to be come under me. And as I am telling, he have to follow like that. This also the proud that creates the suffering and creates the fighting in the society and the country. This the proud in the society also are the killing the people, also are the dividing the society. So the proud is a very, very bad proud. in the Buddha time also one country want to invade the other country also. Now in this also the Russia and Ukraine is just many people are dying, crying, and leaving their home, and the leaks like the just the death place everywhere. So every day the bombing we are seeing on the radio, on the television like this. This is a very bad situation in the Russia and Ukraine. But the main cause is the proud. He have to follow me, and he will not follow, then I will, then he have to come under me and have to follow as I am saying. So we are the monk, and we are also working. We are also working to how to reduce the proud, how to reduce the attachment, how to reduce the ill will, how to reduce the ignorance. So this is our duty, and we are doing in our society. So if our duty is very perfect, then around us people are living very the safest, and people will start to live the very happy life. So this message, the proud is just very bad, and this message, if any type, if this message should be the go to the Russia and the Ukraine, maybe the peace can be come there. But anyhow, this the proud in India.
Yeah, that is correct. The proudness, they proud. That is very dangerous. But very anyway, dangerous. When you meet one person proud, you just give the proud and you give chocolate. Chocolate and good drink. Yeah, yeah. That the proudness, and they think they are the number one. You see now many countries they say number one, they now they become number 10. Yeah. Yeah, proudness is very harmful. They think they are the first. So, Pranyadip, I would like to remind you, you select a positive monk and Lama from Bodh Gaya and should come to Lumbini on 6 or 7 May. Okay?
Maybe that time may have any program in Delhi from before. So if will be not, then I will come.
Yeah, please you select historical. We share with you. You select because you also do something for the Buddhism and the Lumbini. So please come and join with us at that time. Buddha was born. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Reverend Pranyadip. And one thing again, I would like to invite all of you, all of us should be the peace maker, peace ambassador, because now the world is very much suffering, hatred, conflict, misunderstanding. So we try to follow the Buddha way and to develop the peace way, peace method. Peace is very important. If no peace, everything is finished. Yeah.
I don't know how you chosen this Finland. This is a very good example now in for the country.
Yeah. I think one day I also would like to invite you to Europe and you go to Finland. Then you should establish the Buddhist temple in Finland. I will offer you 1 rupee. Okay. And chocolate. So now I would like to invite one of the young person, my student, Minh Phước Châu. He's a Vietnamese. He also he can give us some good example from that country, and he learned well. Phước Châu, please.
Namo Buddha Phật. Hello everyone. I'm very lucky to have the opportunity to study in Finland for 3.5 years. I did my bachelor degree in tourism and hospitality in Finland. So I think, I communicate with Finland people. I learned the Finnish language, even though I'm not that good. And I have lived there for a period of time. to understand the culture as well as what they have been doing very good. Following what the master has said about the history, Finland in the World War I and World War II, they are in between the two very strong nations, which is Germany, Axis, and Russia. So with their flexible in doing politics, they are able to keep their lane and being independent. Although many countries nearby Russian, they have to turn into socialist, or they being captured by either Russian or Germany. Finland is ranked as the happiest countries in the world in several years recently. There are several lessons that I learned from the master and from Finland that are very familiar. So in Finland, people are they respect honesty. For example, when I go to school, the teachers and every people told me that it's okay to not being the first one in the class, or it's okay to not getting an A grade, but you need to be honest. If you're honest and you do everything on your own, you are respected. We don't care about the result, or which one have the better grade, because every individual have different personalities and different story. They just care about whether you are honest or not. And honesty is one lesson that our master has taught us throughout the time. And I think that similar point, that is the point that make Finland is becoming the best country in the happiness and also doing politics. Even recently they have some movement towards NATO or something for the maybe they are against the war of Ukraine and Russia, but in the past they have done very great jobs in politicals. Yes, and I think if I have time, I will definitely come back to Finland in the future, because I always feel gratitude. After graduate from Finland, learning the lessons from them, I'm able to have bright future. I'm doing my MBA. I'm with the master, doing very good things right now based on the education provided from Finland. It's very great that our master brought up this story and this country today. And it's a great opportunity to talk to all of you. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you. You see, this is a small country, but we should learn many things. They are poor, but they are close with the biggest country. But then how they can keep the peace? That is the lead of the past. But I do not know what the present. Because my people change every minute, every second. So I think this is good lesson. I told you before, there's one of the smallest country, the richest one, now the poorest one. So if I have good opportunity, I want to make a documentary relating to this. For example, the poorest now, the richest and poorest. And now anybody want to join the talks? Thầy Huyền from USA. Thầy Huyền, any diplomat? It seems to be there's some diplomat listening. If you feel okay, then you can join. Because you are professional, you can share your idea. We want to learn many things from you for peace and happiness.
I salute Master. I hello anybody. The latest topic, I think they're very good. I have heard about the Finland. I personally like the big country, because I feel the some people in the big country, they very civilized. And they live in the country. They are very cultured and extremely civilized, and very simple lifetime. Because I think that they love the nature. They never skill the animal, and they destroy the nature. You know, the one time, maybe I think maybe the 4 years ago, I think my master guide me. I visited in the Bhutan. I'm very surprised. I was very surprised about that country. When I came there, I feel that some people they were very happy. They don't they're not sad. They're not suffering about the daily life. How can they do that? I think, you know, they practice the teaching of the Buddha. They follow maybe the master, the secret Dharma. You know, when I contact any people in the Bhutan, they smiling. They were smile. They when I come there, I return the USA. You know, I looked at some people here. Some people they, especially Vietnamese, because they, you know, they work together. They fighting. You know, they only need the money. Although I never visited Finland country, because I hope the near future I will visit that country. In my opinion, if we want to be as happy as the people of the country, we should apply the teaching that the Buddha once taught, and the secret, the Dharma, the Master taught us. There are 3 things that we should apply our life with for happiness and the peace. The first, we must have love. Like we must love each other, especially the family, because you know the wife and husband, and you know, love together, and the son, the kid, the respect the father. And we must love nature. We shouldn't kill animal. We shouldn't be greedy and selfish. Second, we should plant trees to protect nature, and master one and advise us to do this. You know, my master advise us. Anytime we should plant the tree in the, you know, in the out the house, the plant. We should do that. The third, we should be honestly and gratefully. That is the 3 things we should do. If especially the Vietnamese, I'm very sad, because I think that many trade, because any people you know, they destroy the nature and destroy the thing. Especially because when I come back Vietnam, you know, some people they kill animal. Yeah, I'm very sad about that, because we should protect the nature. Yeah, because that is the idea. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah.
Now the time finished. Thank you very much, all of you joining us. And let's us together for peace and happiness. Now the world is in trouble. You see, I do not know if the wars continue in Ukraine and Russia, then it can develop, influence then another country, now economic. But after that, maybe the wars develop. But it's possible if the political leaders, those countries cannot control the atomic bomb explosion anytime, then million people die. So let us pray and work together for peace and happiness in the world. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope next time there's no earthquake, we meet again. Thank you. Bye-bye. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. You are in America?